What is going on, Crypto for Change community? My name is David, and I have Addy here from The Zone, which is a token. If you watched a video just a couple weeks ago, this is going to be coming to Algorand. The backers are Xtz Esports, which is a huge esports company out in Dubai. As you can see, we have the CEO here, and he is going to be telling us today about what Zone is, some of the things that are becoming with it. And I'm just super excited to have him on the channel to tell us what he's got cooking and what is coming down the pipeline for Zone. So without further ado, Adi, thanks for being on the channel.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm super pumped to be here.
So tell the viewers, a little bit about just, what is Zone? What made you guys want to create this on Algorand?
Yeah, so we've been tracking the intersection of esports and crypto for quite some time now. And the funny story is I actually had COVID earlier in the year. And while I was in my room, I picked up the PlayStation after 6 years. And I got so bored playing FIFA in like 48 hours. And I thought to myself, what would make this more exciting and more interesting is if I could challenge my friend on FIFA for, just $2 or $3 or what have you, or Zone tokens or some sort of token economic model to build into this entire ecosystem. And that's really how Zone came about, because we already had a massive user base of esports players. We already had a fairly good understanding of the crypto world. What we wanted to do was connect both of these and provide incentive models to gamers in, specifically in emerging economies to start with. Because what we saw with Xtz, how they kind of created this entirely new economic model, we wanted to build something very similar, but do it on the Algorand ecosystem. And that was the inception of Zone. And then we moved really, really fast. And we just launched our testnet in the last 48 hours. So we're very excited for people to come in and give us feedback.
Yeah, congrats on that.
No, appreciate it. There's a few bugs here and there, which we're trying to tweak out before we get to mainnet in the next week or so.
So, and you kind of hinted there that you already had something built and you guys are already really big with Xtz Esports. Tell us a little bit about that, like, where that came about, how long you guys have been running that, and just the pull you have with that, in that industry.
Yeah, so in the esports side, we mostly focus on South Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. And we have about 4.5 million users using our full suite of products on the esports side. Originally on the esports side of the business, we were mostly focused on production and broadcasting. We were focused on building out Discord bots to simplify managing scrims and tournaments. And we just kept gathering feedback. At one point, we also owned the #1 Free Fire team in India. We owned the #2 Valorant team in India for a very short duration of time. And that really helped us get an insight into what the users really want. So that company is now almost a year and a half, 2 years old. And that's been doing well. And that's really helped us kind of get insights into what are the problems. And if we do introduce something that is Web 3.0, what are the challenges that are going to be? And we focused a lot on that. We focused a lot on how can we simplify the onboarding for a Web 2.0 user to come in and use the blockchain for challenging their friends on existing games. So that was a big key takeaway for us, was to spend a lot of time with our users and with our customers. Yeah. And that kind of helped us design what the flow should be. Now, obviously, Zone is a community-led project, so we constantly will keep getting more feedback, and we will try our best to incorporate as much as we can.
So, and you guys already have, just with Xtz Esports, you guys already have some big-time streamers, if I've heard correctly.
Yeah, so I mean, they're not part of Xtz Esports, but because we have done so many things with them in the past, we engage with them on a very frequent basis. Like just this past week, we had Mortal from India, who's one of the largest streamers in the esports world in general, take on one of the biggest cricket players in the world, this guy called Chris Gale. And they were both playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, so, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, no, so that's what we're trying to show to the world, that there are really no boundaries in the esports world. And As long as you have an internet connection and a mobile device, you can
Right.
pretty much plug in and take on anyone in the world. There is no distinction between where you come from. There is no distinction what you look like. It doesn't matter. And there's no stereotypes as such. So one of our objectives is also to kind of show how the esports world is bridging the traditional world and why there's so much more value in the esports world long term as well. So we have multiple different streamers from around the
Yeah.
world. And actually, we have some really big streams coming up in the next few weeks as we lead up to mainnet and we lead up to the TGE on TINYMAN. So we have some really exciting stuff lined up for the next 3 to 4 weeks.
That is exciting to hear. And so what I'm hearing is once you guys form a League of Legends team, you'll look for people like me to drafts because
Of course.
I'm a top lane main. So if you need a Mordekaiser right there, just give me the invite. I'll try it out and we'll see if I can't make the team.
Yeah, no. League of Legends is going to be massive. I think it's just all the guilds that already exist around League of Legends. So we're really, we're working very aggressively to integrate League of Legends fairly soon.
Yeah.
And then we have, Clash Royale coming up. We have, a bunch of interesting games that don't necessarily get too much visibility, but they're really, really powerful.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've been playing League of Legends for, I don't know, probably like 3-4 years. I mean, literally ever since I got a PC, I would say ditched my PlayStation. I still have it, but it just sits over there on my counter, but I've just been playing it. And so when I saw that you guys were going to be integrating that, I was super excited because, for me, even right now with the huge Netflix series that just launched for League of Legends, you're seeing so much more around that community continue to be built up. So I think that could be a huge, onboarding just even for the Zone token, because people love to challenge people in games. I mean, who doesn't? If you grew up playing a video game, didn't matter if it's PC or PlayStation, whatever it was. I mean, if you had brothers or even if it's just friends, like, competitiveness, that's in all of us. With Zone coming, obviously one of the things you guys are looking to do in monetizing it is with Discord. And so tell us a little bit about Zobo, which is your all's Discord bot that you'll be implementing.
Yeah, so great question. I think one of our main objectives was to tap into existing network effects. Like if you look at the blockchain gaming ecosystem, it's predominantly led right now by people who are reimagining games for the blockchain, which is amazing, right? Entirely new economies coming forward. Our objective was to tap into existing games and existing network effects. Now with games, we already spoke about League of Legends, Clash Royale, chess, and so on and so forth. The other big place is what we realized by being in this space on the esports side for so long is most gamers are sitting in Discord, right? Like that is the go-to place to hang out if you are a gamer. And what we wanted to do is tie in Discord into the blockchain. And that's what we really focused on, is to how to tie in Web2 interface like Discord into Web 3.0 interface. And that's how Zobo was born. Zobo was born from the need to kind of create incentive models for Discord server owners. So now if you're going to launch a Discord and you have 1 million people or 500,000 people on your Discord, right now it's very hard as a Discord owner to monetize your Discord server. With Zobo, you can just come in and plug in Zobo, and for every game that is played within your Discord, you get a chunk of Zone tokens coming back to you. So that grows over time.
And that's massive.
Yeah, that is organic growth within the community. And we're already in about 5,000 Discord servers just testing out Zobo, and that's been going exceptionally well. And we're going to be, just making it open for anyone to come in and kind of plug in their Discord servers and start monetizing with Zone tokens.
Yeah, I see. You guys have a pretty aggressive roadmap, even, on phase 3, adding Zobo to over 50,000 servers. I mean, and the thing is, not only does that make money for the, the people who are running the Discord, because like you said, just video games, the esports, everything is blowing up, and it has been the past few years. I mean, when I first got into stocks, even just a few years ago, because I'm fairly young and I had a corporate job, but actually looking at companies, one of the first ones I started looking at was esports companies, and I actually made a decent money off investing in esports companies that were starting out, because they're just growing like wildfire. As when I grew up, my parents would always tell me that go outside, you're never going to make any money playing video games, but it's just not the world we live in today. I mean, you can make, not only just can you make money, but you can make solid money. And so for Discord server, people who are owning Discord servers, and you're in control of those, this will obviously be a way that you can earn some money, but it also benefits the users, because there's plenty of Discord servers I'm in that I have pretty good relationships with some of the other people in it. And, it's fun to talk back and forth with them, but realistically, our relationship kind of ends in Discord, say that they're not someone I knew. And so with what you guys are trying to bring with Zobo, I feel like that would open up a whole nother world of, like, if you can challenge someone and then you end up liking playing against them, that could further, just build, not only build up your Discord server and make people more excited to be in it and be a part of it, but just, just making more friends and meeting new people. Because like you said, it's borderless when you get into gaming.
That's right. Yeah. So even with that, what we looked at was there was only 1% of gamers around the entire world that were making exceptional amounts of money. But there's still 99% of gamers who are still spending, I would say, anywhere between 5 to 10 hours a day in playing whatever game they like, but they have very restricted means of monetizing their time spent. So Zone and Zobo both kind of combine and step in to help with monetization avenues, more social avenues for these 99% of gamers as well, right? And we really want to see this industry grow. And the blockchain just provides so many amazing tools to add a layer on top of an already very exciting industry.
And the viewers of my channel, you guys know I love Algorand, and I know why Algorand is one of the best blockchains out there. But tell us a little bit real quick why you chose Algorand to build, Zone on.
Yeah, so I've been tracking this space for a while in the crypto world, and I've looked at several different layer 1 and layer 2 projects, both as investments and also as just trying to see where there is most value to build. For us, Algorand was kind of a no-brainer for a few different reasons. The first one was most of our user base is in emerging economies, and forget paying like $100 in gas. I mean, they won't pay even $1. They won't even pay $1 in gas, right? So it's just very hard to expect this user base to go through so many different steps to pay so much gas. Second big reason for us was just the feel of the user interface, right? Because these guys are so used to playing on existing systems that it's very hard for them to say, okay, you sit down here and you wait for 10 minutes for your transaction to go through and be validated and pay maybe $100 in order to do that transaction. It's not going to work, right? So both of these boxes were very important for us. And the third one was just the nature of decentralization. Like, there's all these other layer 1 protocols, I mean, without saying any names, but like they all claim decentralization, but they're still fairly centralized, right? If you look at the number of validator nodes on some of these, it's like a centralized blockchain at the end of the day. So
some of the biggest ones are controlled by 2 or 3,
Exactly. So, I mean, that is a big threat vector to me in general. And I don't know how people are still overlooking that in a lot of cases.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see a shift where more people, I mean, let's be honest, and I'll even be honest, when I jumped into the crypto space, you start trying to learn about a new project or new topic or whatever it may be. I feel like the first thing you do is you go to YouTube. And
Yeah.
so, what do most YouTubers say? Even me, do your own research. This is not financial advice, but then how many people actually go out and do their own research? Most of them just, they take what's on the mainstream news or what their buddy told them, and then they just run with it. And I think it's built this, society of just maxis for each and every chain. And then, you just get so dedicated to one that you don't really open your eyes. Because when I first started, I started on, some of the biggest ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum,
Yep.
and whatnot. And when I was using them, I wasn't really using them. I bought crypto and I was just holding, and just hoping that it was going to skyrocket and whatever it may be. But when I actually started using DeFi and seeing that, okay, there's actually utility on these, that I can actually
Yes.
yield farm, or in your case, I'll be able to challenge friends to games and can win tokens. When I started doing that, that's when I was like, okay, there's got to be a better network than paying X amount of percentage in fees. And that's when I found Algorand and just realized, I was like, man, there's not enough YouTubers out here talking about, what this blockchain is doing. And then once I jumped in, I started seeing some amazing projects being built, with the likes of Yieldly, OPULOUS, and then I found you guys with Zone. And obviously, if most of my viewers, you guys, you saw me call OPULOUS back before it launched, and I was telling you guys about this when they were going to be launching on some big exchanges. This is another token that I see some massive potential in. For the long run. I mean, you guys are going to be disrupting another really big industry. And like you've already mentioned, in not only just through the Zone token, but also through Zobo, you guys are going to be able to really, get yourself rooted deep into the gaming community.
Yeah, that's our hope. And our biggest objective is to give back to the community, right? We want to make sure that whoever is participating in the network, especially in the next 24 months, is handsomely rewarded as part of reward mechanisms that we've built out within the ecosystem as well. Because esports is amazing, crypto is amazing, but if you can monetize all of this, it makes it even more exciting. So we want more and more people to come in and use the network.
Not only would I enjoy getting paid to play League of Legends, but I think my wife would enjoy that more as well. Then it might
sure.
be able to might be able to justify it a little bit more. One other thing I want to get your view on here is just the metaverse right now is huge. Just this whole idea of NFTs and just the possibilities. I mean, you're seeing a little bit of the use case even with the NFT market with Algorand creating the NFT tickets for Decipher. I thought that was really cool. I'm excited. I got one. I didn't even know going into that would be a thing, but you're seeing that evolve. You're seeing this metaverse just blow up with Facebook rebranding to the Meta, and you're seeing literally left and right companies pop up saying metaverse this, metaverse that. I've even had a lot of my viewers say, what tokens am I buying and what projects am I looking at? I feel like you guys are also going to be positioning yourself to be a metaverse type token and have utility there with your AFK elephants, which are the NFTs that will be dropping, which I'm super excited to get my hands on one. I've already pre-registered. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I actually first saw NFTs in 2018, and it took me a while to kind of wrap my head around the value for NFTs. Where we see value for NFTs going forward is specifically utility, like whatever NFTs that we are looking at, we want them to have some sort of utility. And what we also want them to have is some sort of interesting token economic model around the NFT itself, right? Like gamify the NFTs themselves. And that's how we approached AFK elephants. So AFK elephants, first off, they're super cool. I love.
They look dope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like you guys have almost done something almost similar like a Bored Ape.
Yeah. So I really like the designs. First off, and then secondly, what we want them to behave as is number one is your pseudonymous identity on chain when you are coming and playing games in Zone. So what that means is once you connect your MyAlgo wallet or AlgoSigner wallet, and if you have this NFT within that wallet, this NFT would appear as your avatar during the Zone game that you're playing, right? So the more games you play, and the more games you win, the more valuable your elephant becomes within that ecosystem as well, right? So that was the first thing that we looked at. The second thing we looked at was actual utility of the NFT. So what we're doing is you have to kind of buy these loot boxes in the Zone ecosystem,
Hmm.
and these loot boxes would release special types of elephants. And these special types of elephants, let's say you're able to find one of them, you will then get access to a discount on Zone, right? Or you would get a reward multiplier with the NFT, or you would get the ability to switch kind of your decisions and stuff like that. So there's different layers and different types of these special characters that are actually gamified, and you have to collect them in order to move to a next level.
Yeah.
So we have three different levels, which is the third point we looked at, is how do we gamify the NFT itself? And
Right.
we created three different levels, and on each level you have to collect 5 or 6 of these characters. And once you collect them, they basically combine together like a Pikachu in Pokemon, and basically, they get burnt. So the
Yeah.
NFTs cease to exist, and then you have to move to the next level and the next level,
Right.
and that kind of adds, deflationary pressure
Yeah.
into the NFT ecosystem itself. Now, as time goes by, we also want to allow people to get power-ups for their elephants, like they have to collect certain things in certain zone games and stuff like that, that we would have special exhibition matches and stuff like that, where they would have to collect certain types of items. And this would make your elephant even more powerful in the ecosystem, right? So we're looking at the metaverse, but we're approaching it from a very progressive sort of viewpoint versus just going straight into the metaverse, so that people
Right.
can actually relate to what's happening here as well. So yeah, I think that's the final missing piece of Zone, is tying in all of this together.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time in thinking through all of these various aspects, and we think that we've built something which is super interesting. It's time for the community to give us some real feedback.
To all the viewers that are watching, like Adi said at the very beginning, they just launched their testnet. Obviously, the first game they have that is launched is chess. And so I can't wait to get out there. Hopefully I'll be even challenging you guys, in the comments. We'll get some stuff going. Through looking over your all's roadmap, you've got 3 phases, and you even have a separate roadmap for the AFK elephants. What is your all's time frame, as far as some of the things you're hoping to accomplish in phase 1? Like, what are some big stepping stones you could say on your all's roadmap, and time completion? Like, what's your overall, overview there?
Yeah, I think for the next 6 weeks, we're very focused on gathering more feedback for testnet and launching mainnet, right? And we plan to launch mainnet at Decipher on the 29th. So we're looking forward to that. And then obviously the whole team will have to be kind of on track to make sure that, there's everything is in place. Right after that, we have a series of offline events coming up, all in Dubai. So we're doing something around Formula One. We're doing something around Global Soccer Awards, and we're doing something around a Martin Garrix concert that's also in Dubai.
Okay.
So you're going to be seeing several different announcements coming up on those fronts. And finally, I think with respect to the AFK elephants till the end of the year, we're planning to launch the first batch of AFK elephants very soon. So that'll probably be around the same timeline. On the 29th or the 30th. And then we're going to slowly start creating more and more value around the entire ecosystem. So look, we have a lot on our plate already for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Within that same time frame, we're also planning to do our TGE,
Yep.
which is also very interesting and exciting. So we're currently in conversations with several centralized exchanges, where we're looking to start with TINYMAN and then list on several centralized exchanges as well. So all our hands are full. So that's
which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have. So we're super focused for the next 6 weeks, and then we will pick up our next quarter and kind of tie in every month by month as to what games we're going to be pushing out. Our objective is to push out a new game once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
But we want enough of a community to come in so that people can actually vote on what the next games should be.
Gotcha.
into the ecosystem.
So
So
there will be
starting,
a governance type, aspect to owning the zone token.
absolutely, I think not just in this, but like as we progressively decentralize over the next 3, 6, 12 months, there's going to be more and more power to the community in order to decide which direction this should go in, right? I mean, should this go into more and more esports, or should it go into a direction where we also start tying in real world sports?
Okay.
Should it go into fantasy sports?
Yeah.
Like we've been looking at fantasy sports in a really big way. And that's also something we plan to push out in the first quarter of next year. But yeah, we want to give all the power to the community.
Where should, I know you talked about the TGE, the token. If my viewers don't know what that means, that's just a token generation event. That's when the zone token is going to be launched. And that you said that's coming in the middle of December. So, and it's going to be launching on TINYMAN. So I've done videos on that. There will be more videos coming out, going over what TINYMAN is, but and how you can take advantage of that there. But where should, all of my viewers, where should they be following the zone to really stay up to date, with everything you guys are doing to make sure they're getting that information as soon as it drops?
I think two main places. One is Twitter. So at Xtz Esports is our Twitter handle. And the other one is Telegram. So if someone is actually a really avid gamer, I would highly recommend them to go to our Discord. But our Discord has almost 40,000 people. It's very active. So you really need to kind of sift through a lot of noise. And we have users from all over the world. Right. So sometimes they're not necessarily speaking to each other in English as well. But yeah, if someone is an avid gamer, they should definitely check out our Discord as well, because there's something or the other always going on over there.
I will link those in the description below. Any final things that you want to say just to the viewers, to get them excited for Zone launching?
What I'm super excited about is to see the Algorand ecosystem coming together. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to working with some of the Algorand projects as well. So we have a few announcements lined up around those also. So I'm really excited to see how the community is all coming together and the various blocks, because the tech and the substance behind Algorand is amazing. So yeah, I think it's good to see all of it coming together now.
Yep. I think I have a few guesses as to who some of these partnerships maybe could be that I'm sure, you are going to be, for those who are going to be virtually or in person at Decipher, which is coming up in just under about a week, where we'll be in Miami, Florida, for a huge event, all based on Algorand and some of the projects being built on it. For if you're going to be there virtually, you'll be able to see Adi speak about the zone again, and he'll be dropping some of these bombshells. But I've already kind of speculated a few things that I'm expecting to hear. Obviously, I won't say them yet. I love surprises, and so you guys will want to make sure you tune in to Decipher, or just follow me on, or follow both of us on our socials, because like you said, this Algorand ecosystem is exploding, and with the tech that's behind Algorand, and I know you guys, it's why you chose it, but it opens up a world of possibilities. So like you said, the early investors, you want to give back to the community. You want to give back to those people who are, who see the value in what you're building now. And so, the next year, 2 years, I'm super stoked for Zone. I'm super excited to be following you guys along in this journey, and just, bringing more people, not only onboarding them onto Algorand, but onto some amazing projects like Zone.
No, we really appreciate it, and we look forward to having more conversations with you in the future.
Heck yeah. Maybe we'll even have to get on stream one time and challenge each other to one of the games. Maybe we can do legal.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I'd be more than happy to. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on the channel again. And like I said, we're excited to hear more news dropping at Decipher. But until then, just, thanks for coming on the channel and talking.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one.